Hey everybody, Dan Got a Thunder here. Exilium Gaming for some reason is back, and if you don't know who they started off as a community, and then got somehow, because I guess no one wanted to be in the Smite minor leagues when they expanded in Season 6, Exilium just somehow managed to get one of the org spots, which caused me to die laughing. But then bunch of shit came out where they were effectively not paying their players, they weren't giving their players things, and, well, they kind of imploded. Probably the kindest way to put it. They basically imploded. And now they're coming back with, quote, a letter from your queen, which is, the first thing that should raise a red flag, because this is an esports organization, ostensibly. And, it's a kind of a bad optic for the owner to imply that she is a ruler communicating to you, her subjects. But, let's see what's inside. I'm just also going to say, I'll just say up front, I don't really know a lot of the truth between the interactions between players and management. As you'll see... It doesn't really fucking matter, because even if you take everything this org says at face value, which you should not, they still look like fucking cunts. They still look like absolute dog shit. So, line by line, Exilium was founded in 2018. We started a small group of players. Note, they were all terrible at Smite. I had randomly queued into them several times, and I had kicked the shit out of Kaimberlyn. Without trying. Mid is my secondary position. It's not even my main role. And somehow every time I went 1v1 versus her, I was basically killing her on cooldown. And later blossomed into a full organization with a paid SML Smite minor league team. Kind of. Last year there was drama surrounding our team which quickly escalated and became very toxic. That's because you're assholes. I tried to address the backlash at the time, but it was overwhelming. Again, because you're assholes. Misinformation was being spread. It wasn't. And it seemed like the people were focused more on bashing me, my family, and the members of our Discord than hearing the truth. No, we were getting the truth. It just wasn't coming from you. Sorry for the alert. After a brief reprieve, it was 6 months? I am back, and I feel I can't move forward until I address the events that transpired. Here is my version of events. In 2019, Smite held a combine tournament in which the future members of Team Exilium were able to qualify to compete in the SML. Though they qualified to compete, it was unpaid position. This is true. What happened was they created, if you don't know, when Season 6 Minors started, they had 4 teams in each NA in Europe for the first half, and then they added 2 more teams. So Exilium squad at the time, it wasn't Exilium, but it was a squad, was one of those teams that won. However, they said straight up they're not going to add more money into the minor leagues. So while 4 teams were going to get paid a guaranteed $10,000 per year, the other 2 teams, of which Exilium was one, was shit out of luck. So she's right on that count. Wanting to support the players, the guys met with me and the admin team of Exilium. I guess this is after they got assigned the roster. They assured us, quote, if we were willing to pay them $250 per player per month for 3 months, they could quit their jobs and focus on Smite full time. Now, obviously, I don't know what their conversations were like. But if they're saying that they need $250 per month for 3 months, I don't believe that. I can't imagine them saying they only need that much. That's fucking nothing. $250 per week is nothing. $250 per week in take-home pay is still less than minimum wage. And they're saying they need $250 per month. They need, what? $62.50 per week? No. It was a sizable sacrifice for a small org like us because but one we willingly made. We paid them out of our own pockets and a few community donations. To note, they had charity fundraiser streams, so people were donating money to Exilium. Some of the admins, notable ones like Big Rick, paid hundreds of dollars out of his own pocket, which he never fucking saw again. Just to clarify, that was $1,250 monthly sacrifice coming out of the pockets of Sev, myself, and a few donors. Note that she forgets to mention everyone who now fucking hates her. Again, we wanted to support the team and help them out so they could have the same advantages of a sponsored team. Which, if you're saying that $250 per player per month is this massive sum, maybe you shouldn't be in esports. That is... Whoa, let's pop up a calculator. Let's see, 1,250 times 12. If you're saying that you can't come up with $15,000 per year, maybe you shouldn't be in esports. Just gonna throw that out there. Just gonna throw that out there. If you don't have capital, don't do this shit. If you can't do it, no one's making you fucking have an org. Hi-Rez didn't go, Exilium, you're the only fucking people that have any sort of community that actually like our game. You must make a team. No one did that. Your fucking reach was bigger than your grasp. Okay, midway through the season, the SML team held by Space Station Gaming SSG Gold was removed from the league because they were very unprofessional, but that's a totally different story. And the salary Hi-Rez was paying that team was divided by the 2 Combine SML finalists. So that's Exilium and Hype Unit. This is correct. Originally, the players thought this was going straight to them because they are sane and rational people. Sorry, I have this bad habit of just adding words that should be there when they're not because they really should have been there the first time. And they were planning to keep all of it and continue to make us fulfill our legal contract of $250 per month per player because, quote, you already agreed to it, end quote. Yeah, that's what it should have been. However, Hi-Rez distributed the funds to Exilium because the team was contracted to us. That's what they do. We agreed to pay the players from the funds that Hi-Rez paid after recouping our initial investment. No, that's not how that fucking works. Understand the Exilium contract was to pay $3,750 to the team members over the 3-month period the SML was active. Exilium ended up paying out $7,500 instead. By the way, Hi-Rez gave you guys at least $7,500. You know that, right? You know that. Cool. The issue is the initial contract was set up because they were not being compensated by Hi-Rez. That is true. Therefore, Exilium stepped in. So when Hi-Rez decided to sponsor the team, we made a business decision and recouped our losses. Recouped our losses is shorthand for we instead decided that instead of it being payment, this was a temporary loan. And we decided to take back the money first. So we considered it a cash advance. We gave the team the rest, which was double the amount of their contracts. Because apparently Exilium thinks that just because Hi-Rez gives them money, they have no obligation to forward any of that money to their players. The team still got paid their contracts, which were worth basically nothing, and received additional payout due to the stipend from Hi-Rez. However, some individuals of the team believe that the money was owed to them in full because they are reasonable and decent human beings. What they don't understand is since they were contracted to Exilium, the money from Hi-Rez was paid to Exilium. You are a fucking middleman. You're not... Hi-Rez is not paying you. Hi-Rez is not paying you to have a fucking team. Hi-Rez is paying you that money to then siphon it... to be the middleman, to be the broker between Hi-Rez and players. That's why they pay you. I don't know why you think that you were able to get a cash advance. 2 players ended up publicly attacking the organization, organization's kind of a very, very big stretch. You guys were barely at work. They went to Twitter and got the attention of Wraithen, Weekend, Haiti, etc. Haiti was one of your players, by the way. I don't know if you remember that. He was your mid lane. Understand that not one of these public figures reached out to me or asked for my side of the story, because this is your side of the story with months to prepare, and it's still got more holes than a fucking Target. Or Swiss cheese, if we want to be more kid-friendly, I guess. It was due to these negligent and malicious acts of these individuals that Exilium became a target. I received multiple death threats and was publicly body-shamed. No one cared. Again, this stuff comes with the territory. People will go after you. Maybe you shouldn't be in the esports business if you can't fucking deal with it. My organization members that stayed had their names dragged through the mud. It was when my kids, who had nothing to do with the decision myself or the staff made, were sought out and cyberbullied that I decided to close Exilium. Sure, whatever. None of us could foresee Hira stepping in to pay anything mid-year, so there was nothing about that in the contracts. Likely correct and true and fair. Therefore, as the owner of Team Exilium, I made a decision which I stand by. Exilium supported these teams and funded them out of pocket when no one else would. When Hi-Rez finally decided to sponsor them, I recouped the initial loss and gave the team members the remaining amount. So what she is literally saying is, I got $7,500 from Hi-Rez and went, well, I've already paid them $3,750. I'm just going to take that back and then give them the rest. No. There were, however, other portions of the contract which were not upheld by the players, such as streaming, promoting us, using our graphics, etc. We legally fulfilled our obligation, and we were quite generous by giving them $250 a month to be a full-time Smite player. Again, if you know anything about economics or money or how that works, which you probably do if you listen to my content, you'll know that $250 is a fucking drop in the bucket. We went on a limb for the members of Team Exilium, and they in turn broke off that branch of the tree and used it to attack us. Aww. Because of the toll all the hate took on myself and my family, I stepped away from the scene and focused on my family, career, and other things in life. I have no regrets regarding that. Good, because no one wanted you back, by the way. I do think if I had the experience now, I would have simply been more thorough with the contract so there were no misunderstanding about how funds are dispersed. I have no ill will towards the players, even though you said, quote, they were guilty of committing negligent and malicious acts. Sure, gotcha. So there's no understanding about how funds are dispersed. I know they let greed lead their actions, and look where they are now. Look where you are now. Like, with your greed? Holy shit. Holy shit. The hypocrisy. At the end of the day, the players received double the salary promised in their contracts, and neither myself, Exilium, or the members of the organization profited. Not true, by the way. We have always poured money into Exilium and the community and never sought to profit it. That's the tea. I've never heard that's the tea as a quote as a saying from anybody. So, cool. If you have any questions, you can email our community manager at mindyourownfuckingbusiness at it doesn't really concern you anyways.com. There was multiple spelling errors in that one, but good job. Remember, this is an esports org, allegedly, that says if you have questions, you can contact us at Go Fuck Yourself. Holy shit! Here's a thought I'll leave you with. If you want to criticize me for the business decision I made, but you find it perfectly acceptable to mock people's appearance, it should be people's appearances, because it's multiple appearances of people's, or a person's appearance, because it's singular. Attack their children and make it your mission to try and break them to the point of suicide. I was never at that point, to be clear, just basing on the message I received from people saying that I hoped I'd kill myself, etc. So they didn't actually do that. Did they, or did they not do that? Simultaneously, they did or did not. Schrodinger's suicide. You may be welcome in DM Brandon's, Weekends, or Wraithen's Discords, but you surely aren't welcome in mine. Don't worry, no one in this community likes you anyway anymore. Your name is fucking radioactive. I guess you could say the bitches back bitches. Signed, Kaimberlyn, Queen of the Castle, aka Exilium. P.S. There will be a sequel titled Where is Exilium Now? Stay tuned, it's going to be great. Don't forget to click that unfollow button if you can't get over yourself. Now, this is the CEO of an org. I guess, again, CEO is a bit of a stretch because if, Obey... I mean, Sanguine's kind of a shoestring operation, too. PK, SSG, and all that are just, are corporations. This is, a one-room gas station, a one-house, gas station with a single pump in, the middle of goddamn Wyoming, where there's, one employee and he sleeps up in the attic. That's what Exilium is. But the fact that they think, oh, well, we got this money and we're going to use it to make ourselves whole first and then pay the players, so they wind up just getting that money anyway, is insanity. And it tells me that Kaimberlyn has never seen any other esports contract than the one she wrote. Because most of these other orgs, a lot of orgs will pay them from the org because they're profiting the org. So, like, and I'm not going to get into specifics on contracts I'm aware of, but, like, a lot of players are getting money from the org on top of the guaranteed money from Hi-Rez. Some are not, I'll say that up front, or some are getting very little because of the guaranteed money from Hi-Rez. But the fact that she thinks that she can use that money to make whole and say, oh, well, it was a cash advance. Well, we already gave you $3,750. You know, we got $7,500 for player salary, so we could just take that back. And no, are you fucking kidding? And we're really arguing over pittance. Like, we're arguing over all this money combined is what? We're arguing over enough money that I could just pay them out of my bank accounts. We really are arguing over that kind of money. And the mind-blowing thing, and like, I'll just go, this is the fucking response that we get after 10 months? 10 months. Oh, this is interesting. We get, good morning, all you cool cats and kittens. I haven't read your responses, nor will I, but I can see got all your attention, that's what matters. News incoming, stay tuned or don't, makes no difference to me. Kaimberlyn's a real estate agent, somewhere in the Florida region. You know, real estate is one of those ones where it's like, the image you market to your clients is everything. This is what she's marketing to the Smite community. And at this point, it's like, why? Why would you do this to yourself? And if you want... And I get being an asshole. I get saying, fuck you, fuck off, and fuck yourself. That's like the first, second, and third plays out of my playbook. I'll be honest. But if you're going to do that, you know, like, they had a community league. The Exilium people had a community Smite league. You can't do the fuck you, and fuck you plays and then say, hey, join our league. Because you just told everyone, fuck you, I'm not paying attention to you. Are you shitting me? Okay, so this is new. I'm literally reading this for the first time. You know me, and you know this is a shoestring, but talk about a shoestring. I run off of zero budget on my YouTube, no editing, no nothing, but I've always been upfront and honest. I had not seen this before. They posted it 10 minutes ago. You could tell from the timestamps, there's no way. I think this is 18 minutes has elapsed since I started streaming. I think I just got this live a little bit ago, so this is like 14 minutes in. Thank you to everyone who took the time to read my letter. Did you mention anything about dissecting it? It definitely garnered up attention, so thank you for your support. I wish I had the time to read and respond to each and every comment, but I just don't. You also said you don't care. I decided when I started back to Twitter, I wouldn't be reading any comments, good or bad. By the way, they're literally like all but one of your 100 comments have been bad. You know, being busy being a boss bitch and all. I'm glad to see all my fans are still cheering me on, though, all one of them. It means so much. Now down to business. So Exilium started out as a community, and somewhere along the way it started developing into an org. The issue with that is I never wanted to be, quote, run like a business. Sure, I never had dreams or aspirations of making that a job, but I allowed too many people to have input in decisions that turned down a new path. Even aside from all the drama regarding SML, I was tired. I was burned out. Here I was spending a lot of time, effort, and money on a lot of people I realized didn't even like or enjoy. By the way, a lot of people don't like you, even without this. So that was changing regardless of the drama. However, there were some amazing people we met along the way. I could name them by name, but they know who they are. They will all fit inside a Honda Civic at this point. And you guys probably know who they are too, because you flame anyone who has a pair of balls and doesn't follow your sheep mentality. Or has two electrons that in their brain to click together to create to create brain activity. And those people, ones we've built lasting friendships with, the ones who we share life events with and take vacations with, the ones we've pulled from the darkness, holy shit, the run-on sentences. These peeps are my fam or our tribe, and for them, Exilium will go on. Again, you can fit all of them into a Honda Civic right now. We are going back to our roots of being a community, but it will be a fairly exclusive community. Exclusive meaning we won't be answering to the masses, We will only be allowing truly good-hearted, awesome people who will obey and listen to me, that have brains and think for themselves. Wait, no, that's not true. These people that want to come in and play Smite and make friends without being surrounded by the high-level player egos of the drama they bring with them. So she wants a league where she's going to be the best player. And I don't pretend to be a particularly good player. But the gulf between me and Kaimberlyn in terms of mid lane skill, and mid's her primary role, is bigger than the gap between me and the pros. And I am so far away from the pros that, like, I need a telescope to see them. Truly, I don't care if we have anyone join. Good! You're already setting your expectations. We have about 75 people right now that moved it over from Exilium before it shut down. You what? As long as things are peaceful and the community is comprised of quality people, I will be happy. So if you miss Exilium, make sure to fill out the following form so you could apply to be part of our friend group. We are returning to our roots as a troll-free, sheeple-free, non-toxic Smite community. That is what we are so good at. That is what we have, and no one else will be able to compete with or replicate. So we will stick with being an awesome gaming community since we know how that should go and don't need to worry about contracts and crying kids. Always your queen, Kaimberlyn. Holy shit! Like, at least she acknowledges that no one wants to be in. And I'm imagining there are going to be a lot of applications. But it's all going to be people who are fucking trolls. I mean, what does this look like? I can't tell from here. Discord application. Okay. Exilium community application. Welcome, exiles. Thank you all so much for taking the time to fill out this form. We are trying our best to weed out the toxic players and Twitter trolls, so please be patient with us during this time. Let's do this, so we ask you to be thorough as possible when answering the questions in this form. Previous members that we know will and trust will be welcomed back with open arms. New members will have to go through an interview process before being invited into the Discord. Kaimberlyn will not be reading these responses. One of our trusted community members will. Kaimberlyn's the one driving the Honda Civic, so it's going to be the person riding shotgun. Due to the overwhelming of people wanting to come back to Exilium, please give us 72 hours to review your application. Once the application has been reviewed, we will reach out to you via the preferred contact method you provided. If approved, you'll be given a private Discord link that only you can use. If you were denied, you are always free to try and reapply. Anyway, that's one of my emails. I'm not going to fucking apply to this on cam, but, holy shit. This is going to be, you have to apply to be our friend. You have to apply to be our friend. I can't believe this. Okay. Well, if you like this video, make sure you hit thumbs up. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Make sure you like, subscribe, as I am pushing towards 1,000 subscribers eventually sometime before the sun burns out. Thank you for watching. Take care. I'll catch you guys all next time. Hopefully next video is going to be slightly more normal. Bye.